If you are trying to be a better person, if you are trying to live by principles that are universal, it is so important that you do not lower your standards for people that want to make excuses and that people who are trapped themselves, because it's not your job to help them out. It's not your job to pull them up in the sludge if that means that you're gonna fall down in the sludge too. Yo. Hey, what's going on? It's really windy out here today, but I'm gonna try to make this video really quickly here. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas. Thanks for clicking on the video. I don't like that intro. Basically, what I want to talk about today is Christmas and sort of my experience with Christmas alone. So this Christmas and previous Christmases for the past couple years now, I have been spending my Christmases alone. And you may think, well, that's pretty sad. And that seems to be the common trend. I've looked this up a little bit on YouTube and seen what kind of videos people make about spending Christmas alone. There's one big one by Alex Hormozi that really resonated with me that he posted, I think, last year. And basically, Christmas is a time that sort of amplifies your experience of close friendships and family. And it makes really bad relationships worse, and it makes good ones even better. And so, yeah, basically what I want to talk today about is my experience with it all, and how it's really empowered me and how it really motivates me to nurture and create my own relationships and my own family so that I can have meaningful days and live a meaningful life instead of just having this one day that's supposed to be meaningful and forcing that on relationships that are really bad. So I have some notes here in my book of just some topics I wanted to touch on, but basically what happens when you are in my position, or maybe the background that I came from, you're kind of locked in this bottom realm where you're away from good people, you're away from successful people, and for the most part, for good reason, those people don't want to be around you. They very rarely expose themselves to you and open themselves up to you in a way that is useful to you, because they don't want that sort of negative energy towards them. They don't want that dysfunction around them. Right? These high-class people, these high-class relationships, why do you think these families surround themselves with other value creators? Because that is the mindset that got them where they are. So good people make good people better. Bad people make good people worse. And so when you're in a spot like this where you're really trying to transform yourself, you're trying to hallucinate yourself into this greater reality, and you're really trying to open up your ears and listen to see what will help you and get out of this dungeon, right? You're sort of trapped in your own echo chamber, and looking up to the other psycho classes, looking up to the people above you in these situations with all this beauty and hope and productivity. I really hope this wind isn't too bad. But when you look up in this from this dungeon that you're in, it hurts and it's painful. I don't know if you guys have ever listened, like if you record yourself and listen to yourself speak back, it's sort of the same type of cringe, this sort of unbearable feeling. And it's very hard to come to grips with. And it's so much easier. And that's why most people don't look up, right? They don't look out of the cage. They don't look out of the dungeon. All they do is make themselves feel better and justify and, make excuses. And excuses are promises of repetition. So what else did I want to touch on here? The people who are above you rarely drill down and give you light out of your dysfunctional. They don't want to be a part of your dysfunctional class. So what Christmas to me really gives me is a greater perspective on what life can be like. They're real joys. I mean, these movies are sort of maybe not as accessible now, but what comes to mind is The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. That is an idea. That is a real purview. It is an eye into how great life can be. And so watching that movie, I really cried. I did cry at a few scenes, and it is so powerful. And so what Christmas does, like I said, it really opens up my eyes to be able to see how beautiful relationships can be. And that's what I've been using it for, is this sort of, I've been using it as a barometer or a point in the sky to look at, being that's what's obtainable, because it is. So, like I said too before, people who trap you are also trapped themselves, and they really want you to come closer. And that's why if you are trying to be a better person, if you are trying to live by principles that are universal, it is so important that you do not lower your standards for people that want to make excuses and that people who are trapped themselves, because it's not your job to help them out. It's not your job to pull them up in the sludge if that means that you're going to fall down in the sludge too. Of course, I do not mean just sneer at people and turn your face towards them or whatever, or to them, you know. But what that means is that these people who have given up, these people who have lost hope, who have really committed to a life full of just gray sludge, corporate underachieving, these people will drag you down and make you feel better about themselves. And so it's time, for me at least, what I realized is that it was time to wake up from dysfunction and wake up to what the glorious life can be, because it is so obtainable. It is so obtainable. I feel like I'm coming off as like this motivational speaker, but this is just what I'm stewing on. This is what's in my heart. Okay, so what else am I talking about? And oh yeah, and when you're going up, when you're committing to honesty, when you're committing to these universal principles, when you're committing to values that are uncomfortable to other people, that are uncomfortable to yourself, right? That is so hard to tell the truth, to be honest in your relationships with people. It is so hard and it hurts so bad because it is so difficult to do, and it is so unlike anything that you've been doing before. So it seems like it's so unnatural, it's something that you shouldn't be doing. But what I want to tell you is that when it feels like the sky is falling, that's not what's happening. What's happening is you are being elevated. You are rising higher above everybody else. And you're getting towards those value creators. You're getting towards those people who you want to be around, to those relationships that are going to last, that are meaningful, that make you so joyous. When you get to Christmas Day, when you wake up, you're so happy to have that breakfast in the morning. You're so happy to spend the time with your significant other, with your wife, with your husband. It is so empowering. And so when you're feeling like, oh, this transformative experience, it's not that the sky is falling. It's not that you are falling down. It is that you are being lifted up, and that feeling is so unusual. So this holiday season, what I'm doubling down on is being honest with myself and with other people, committing to myself, really committing to myself. As well, what else did I write down? Being authentic. Being authentic and being myself. Obviously, there are changes you have to roll through to transform and to become different. Always change, always coming at life with different perspectives. But there is a true authenticity. There's a true self to each of us. And if you're not committed to that, nothing is gonna go well for you. You're gonna be pretending. It's like this pickup game. Pretend to be somebody else. Oh, you want to be like this? Pretend. All these natural proclivities and these personality traits that come natural to you, just disregard them and just pretend to be some guy that you want to be. And then when that doesn't work out, be confused about it, right? It's like people don't expect to live a fake life and then for the fakeness to give them and yield them the results that naturally does, right? So being authentic, and instead of just committing to the status quo, find out who really loves you for your true self. Find out who really loves you for who you are. I really hope this wind isn't too bad. But find out and commit yourself every single Christmas. Say to yourself that it's my life and I will accept no substitute. And that I will find out who loves me for who I am, not who approves of me for what I can comply to. So those are some words that I'll leave you with. Merry Christmas. I hope that you have a great day today, and I hope that you'll kind of mull over these ideas and think about them sincerely as I have done. And I'm pining for the greatness in life and the sweetness. So thank you so much for watching, and take care of yourself. All right, see ya.